If you work in corporate, let's talk about managing up. So when I started my career, I actually didn't even know what that was. Now, being in a position where I do manage other people, I know exactly what it means, and I really appreciate when people do it. So managing up. Basically, in a nutshell, it is figuring out what your boss needs every single week. Because the reality is, your boss is a lot more worried about his or her tasks than they are about yours. So every single week, figure out what are your boss's priorities. What do they need that week? What is at the top of their mind? What deliverables do they have going on? What is priority for them? And how can you make sure you are helping them in whatever they need? So if you have a weekly meeting with them, focus it around the things that they care the most about. For example, let's say your boss has a really important meeting at the end of the week. Think about what they're going to present at that meeting. Think through what can you provide to them to help with their presentation, or what can you highlight to them that they can leverage to make themselves look good in that meeting. Whatever that is, just think through, what does my supervisor care most about? What can I do to help them achieve the things they care most about? And what can I do to help them prepare for whatever meetings they have going on? This could also be something like, let's say there's a deadline for your team and you know that your team is going to miss the deadline. What will be good is if you proactively let your boss know, hey, we're going to miss so-and-so deadline. Here are the impediments to getting this project done. It will be really helpful for us if you escalate it with so-and-so. You're almost giving them a task list of what they have to do to help the whole team be successful. And this skill oftentimes doesn't feel natural, especially because it almost feels like you're giving a to-do list for somebody who you report to. But most of the time, that will show your leadership skills. Your boss will really appreciate it, and that will make them feel like you know what's going on and they can rely on you to get things done, especially if they're not around. So this week, figure out what all your supervisor has going on, figure out what's priority for them, think through how you can help them be successful, and start managing up, because that alone will help you stand out from your peers.